Well,
I have some healing skill.
yeah, there's not a lot of medics left in town, but there's a lot of people to treat. So unless you're like several hundreds of medics,
I could.
We're like 4 medics.
Yeah. I mean, we could at least try to help the worst cases.
Yeah.
And we need to, do, what is it, isolation, never mind, words.
So people don't get more sick.
Right, so it doesn't spread.
Is there any nearby temples, like, outside of the city that might not have been abandoned yet?
It happens, yeah. There's a lot of temples, like, on the roads.
Generally, priests tend to be somewhat healy.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get some nearby monks to lend a hand.
It is a lot of people. Like, it's a town.
Well, we got 4 people. So, if we get, like, 4 priests, we've doubled our number of medics.
Does, Shakog have any thoughts on this other than just being like, OMG, everyone's sick?
He tells you that the name the locals have come up for... the locals have come to call it the burden, because it tends to go after the leg muscles first, which is making it hard for people to get around.
Can I pray to Bahamut for some insight on this? Or further insight?
I suppose.
I don't know if... I guess it'd be religion. What are my stats again?
Would I roll a heal check to try to identify it?
Identify it?
Yeah.
We need to get a sick
I
person.
mean, the locals call it something, but based on the symptoms, it probably
does
is
that
something
sound
that's
like
already existed.
something? You can roll if you want.
That'd be a heal check, then?
Sure.
Yep. I got a 25 on my...
That's not bad.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Religion. If Bahamut has any words of insight or advice...
That was my heal check.
Oh ho! Interestingly enough, this doesn't ring any bells, Grim.
Like balls.
Yeah.
Oh. It's new.
Yes, it's something new. Furthermore, Cyrus, Bahamut tells you that this is not... How to say this? This is not naturally occurring.
He thinks somebody caused this.
Yes, that's what he's
like a spell?
That is what he's looking towards.
Magically or
I don't know. That's all the guidance you're getting.
Alright.
Do we have any sick people nearby?
He's like, there's sick people everywhere. It's
that I could examine. Yeah.
By test, I don't mean dissecting.
How about checking the warp and weave of mana in the area?
Yeah, that's what
really
I was going for.
Magic test.
There does appear to be a very residual, I would say, like arcane, field around the town right now. You probably wouldn't have noticed it unless somebody had mentioned it, because typically there is a bit of magic glow around.
Right.
Around.
But this one looked particularly malevolent or something.
Yeah, this looks like it's a little bit thicker than usual. You probably wouldn't have noticed if somebody wasn't like, hey, there's a magical plague in town.
How about we dispel that bitch?
Yeah. He goes, there's more. Jaquel disappeared a couple days ago.
What? No! Our Eldar buddy?
Eladrin, yes.
Eladrin, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, what universe am I playing in again?
Yeah, I wasn't counting on him sticking around with how dangerous it is to be around us.
That's true. He was a little bit skittish, but when did he leave in comparison to when the plague started? Was it before or after?
He's like, well, the plague had been spreading. Me and him had been trying to lay it low because, quite frankly, we didn't have any people that could help, and we just needed to wait for you guys to get back. So we were laying low back in the inn. But a couple of nights ago, I just woke up and he wasn't in his bed anymore.
Was he kind of saying anything like, I can't be with these people get me killed, or something like that?
No, to be honest, he seemed, well, under the circumstances, he seemed pretty content.
Wasn't there somebody hunting him? when we picked him up? I forget.
I don't know. He spoke some words.
He was falsely accused of a crime or something like that.
Yeah.
Supposedly falsely accused.
Mm.
He goes,
Yeah, he was on the cart to go to the
Right.
insane asylum along with El Luchador dude.
Yes.
Luchador.
And El Mariachi.
he goes, also this message showed up this morning. It's addressed to D'Rourke.
Of course it is.
D'Rourke looks it over and then he hands it off to you guys. I should be able to just push this button.
Oh wow, look at that.
Mm.
Oh. The topaz cask.
This sounds sketchy as balls.
We're in Watchets. It's only ever sketchy.
Yep.
Mhm.
And it
Alright.
says, who names a bar no wizards?
The answer is orcs.
Alright, so I guess that possibly answers the question of what happened to him, at least.
Hey, isn't there a possibility we received a note from this person previously?
True.
In one of
Wisely?
in one of the unmarked messages we've received over various time.
I would say
I
just
do
the
not
handwriting
remember.
looked familiar, but it's a font.
There is one other note that you guys got that I'm thinking of.
The one that showed up in the base that was
To me,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that
It's in your journal, Kevin.
That's right.
yes, that was in my journal.
This person seems to have a
Temple of
cunning way of writing.
Cord.
I think
So we're
it's
dealing with somebody very intelligent or very classy.
I remember the name Cord, but I don't remember what they were the god of. Can I do a religion check on that?
Yeah, that's an easy one. Cord is actually he's like the god of, I don't want to say the god of war, but the god of conflict, the god of strength, that sort of thing.
Okay.
It's pretty common amongst orcs.
Um,
In fact, you actually have the serial note here in the journal, but it's initialed with a letter K, whereas this letter is done by Trudy Disley. No K's involved.
okay.
perhaps one of them was dictated. They're both the same handwriting.
No, they're not the same handwriting.
No. I got
Well,
nothing then.
It was just a thought I had since
Yeah.
I would highly suggest that, considering the chicken scratch nature of the note that was issued to me via homing spell, it was probably done by a Kinku.
Mm,
All right. Never mind then.
Alright.
That's much better penmanship here in this recent missive.
How far is the topaz cask?
How far? Not far. It's in the city, so.
Well, we should probably check out the temple first before going to the bar.
yeah.
I can do that.
Temple is the north end of the city, it said?
Yeah.
So, I guess before we move on, well, I guess that's the most urgent thing is saving him, so we'll worry about the sick people next.
Unless Chicago has anything else.
He's like, no, that's all the bad news I have for us.
Do we know how does people think know how the plague is spreading, or is it just magical in general?
It's spreading as people would expect a plague to spread. So a lot of
By
people.
air, by touch?
Yeah, pretty much like being near others. It's
So
only
then-
it's only been spreading for a few weeks, and there's very few people of medical skill to correctly analyze anything. So it's assumed to either be airborne or
Then we definitely need to
Magical
quarantine everyone who's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess quarantine everyone who's healthy, depending on who is the smaller group.
Well,
We don't have the manpower.
let me pop a hole in that magical bubble See if that improves anything while we're busy trying to rescue Jakel.
Bubble?
Yeah, he's in the magical miasma
It's
residue.
it's not like that. It's not something that is like centralized or it's not malleable.
It's like an aftertaste.
So it's not
Sort of.
a ongoing effect. That's sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Are we able to keep ourselves protected from this?
Probably not.
Doesn't sound like it.
So just stay away.
Wilhelm very cheerfully goes, "We're probably already sick."
Except for you,
Well-
you're
He's like, "Warforged get sick."
really.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me either.
Well, it is a magical plague.
Alright, well, the plague's not going anywhere. Let's go find Jakel.
Don't drink the water.
Yeah, who knows?
Probably already too late.
Those.
All right, so a question: who's coming with?
Yo.
I mean, besides you guys.
Oh, right.
Does Chicago have a project he's working on here? I know we started actually a first aid tent next to the bar before we left. Is he still running that?
This is a
well-
relief concert.
Yeah,
but
he's not really a medic. So,
Yeah.
so
Well, if he could try to help organize the sickly into, who's sick and who does not appear to be sick, so we could start studying what's going on and try to prevent it from spreading further.
He might not have healing abilities, but he does have leadership abilities.
Yeah, he's good. He's probably good at organizing.
That is how people die from the plague, though. Heavy exposure without medical training to plague.
Dip rags in lavender oil and wrap around their orifices for breathing. Should help with the worst of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's good against mummy rot. It should be good against this.
he's like, "You want me to just advise the ill?"
If you'd rather do that, or if you want to come with us.
He's like, I'll do whatever needs doing."
Yeah, I think the sick are gonna have to wait till we find more
More info.
qualified aid. I mean, basic first aid is all I'm good for, and you can do lay on hands once a day there, Paladin.
3 times. Or
Okay.
is it twice? But still.
So that's 2 people you can help per day. I think we either need a couple hundred more paladins or a few dozen priests.
Yeah, I mean, I rolled a
Find in this area.
30 on my heal check, but I am but one dragon.
Yeah. We could, I would say we could write to outsiders to send help, but that would just cause more likeliness of more people getting sick. So yeah. Alright, we'll deal with that next.
Mm-hmm.
Although, who are we supposed to turn the pirate captain into?
Oh yeah, we need to do that.
He's coming with us to rescue Jakel. I'm going to call you Steve. I know you
Steve,
have
we're
a name,
trusting.
but now you're one of us, and so you get a new name.
Lug Johnson.
Yes.
Extraordinaire.
I think the plan was to throw Druglump to the wolves.
Oh yes, to secure Dork's standing in Rocha.
Yeah.
But the wolves are sick now, so
Wolves are never that sick.
Throw him to the Shakehog to hang on to while we do other stuff.
He's like, "I suppose so." Or I can just deliver him into
Yeah.
the town and yell some stuff.
That works too.
He goes,
Dork, go with Shakehog. Make it a show. Hopefully, we'll be back with Jakel before you guys are done. I'd happily throw a stone at this guy.
"Cool."
Wilhelm and Changeling as well. They will
Well, the
definitely-
Changeling can,
Do what he wants.
at this point, he's free to go, do what he pleases.
Yeah.
Mm.